Hello and welcome to another chill time. How's everybody tonight? Tonight we are going to do some characters. Not sure whether we'll get done all of them, or we might get done some more than all of them. Uh, I'll show other ones I've done earlier, but we are going to do what are called um, the Secret Warriors. So Student Wiz, Squeaker, Super Spider, Popman, Moose, Fishman, and Power Man. We're going to do those. We're going to start with Fishman. So let me put him up here. Hey, Elk, how are you? Um, so there's a look at Fishman. Let me get back to here. And we're just going to be doing a front view of him. So now looked at him, and he was what, 5'8"? Yes, 5'8". So we're going to take this red line here and move it to what we think is about the 5'8" position. This week we've been doing a bunch of characters for this height thing. Um, Mainly they've been supporting cast. So obviously 5'8" is just under the 3/4 mark, 5 3/4 mark. Okay, so I'm going to say it's about there for 5'8". It looks at over half. Actually, that's probably up just slightly. Who is Fishman? Hey, sci-fi. Fishman is a World War II superhero. Let me bring up his bio. I think it's on my website. No, okay, so I will put a link in here. Uh, how are you, sci-fi? And let me share this out. I need to share. Hey, massive out there. What's going on? Doing some drawings on my characters, more height type thing. So let me share this out on X, and then let's share it out in the Discord. There we go. Okay, it's blurry. I've been good. It might be my internet. I think I've heard in the past few weeks it's been a bit bad. I'm not sure what I can do. Uh, uh, it's clearing up now. Maybe it's when I do a bunch of things on my computer it goes blurry. Um, so I was trying to get everything. What in the world? Hey Tim, how are you? So that was a link for that thing. Let me correct my brother. Why is it you shaved your head? That's what you're like. What in the world? I wanted to do something different, Tim. So it's been this way for about just over a week. That would be my guess. Gotta limit what you're doing on streaming, yeah. But as to Um, Elk's question: Who is Fishman? Let me bring this up. That was a correspondence. Okay, so I doubt you guys can read that. So in a second here, I will be drawing Fishman up. Uh, Fishman is a man who works for Long John Silver. No, we can't. No, you can't what? Oh, okay. So hopefully, I'm not sure whether that'll be any better for you, but okay. So his real name is Raymond Fisher. He's married. He's 5'8", weighs about 170 pounds. He's got black hair, green eyes. He's an accountant. He city is Vancouver, BC. Sally Fisher is his wife, and he first appears in sector number 16. Yeah, not as blurry anymore. Anyways, Raymond was born shortly after the First World War. He started into war. Started out in into a loving and stable Christian home. In school, Raymond was classed four, as one of the four-eyed who had very few friends. In other words, he wore glasses growing up. Oh, or just shows screen that works most of the time. That's sort of what I'm doing. I am using I get now look to this story. So, uh, I gotta redo this in more in the thing. But anyways, growing up, he was forced to eat various types of seafood, and he hated all of them. During high school, he fell in love with a girl named Sally. After school, they got engaged, and Ray went to college. Through ministry on campus, he and his wife became Christians. When he finished his college, he got a position as an accountant in a small business. A month after getting his new job, Sally and Ray got married. About a year later, they go to a newly built water theme park. While they were there, they were watching a marine show featuring killer whale and other sea life doing various tricks. During the performance, Ray gets soaked by a stray wave of tank water. Minutes later, the show ends. It begins to storm and soaks everyone. Ray and Sally are walking through the park in the rain, and suddenly he is hit by lightning. Are we still having technical difficulties? Is everybody able to see me? Uh, your connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging it into your router and moving it closer. That might be a problem. I'm not super close to my router. I blame Canada. It's not your fault. Yeah. It's Fishman, a Jewish mayonnaise sandwich. No. Okay, so back to this from marriage. Uh, uh, yeah, possibly. I'm not sure. I think it might be through Rogers here, but it's a different company other than Rogers. He's quickly taken to the park's first aid station. After an hour of checking him over, they surprisingly find nothing wrong with him and release him, leaving via the marine stage performance area. He then begins to hear voices. Within minutes, he discovers that the voices he are hearing are that of the nearby marine life in their nearby water tank. Over the next following weeks, Raymond gradually discovers other powers he has gained. A couple, a couple that the couple then commit this to prayer for God's guidance. Shortly after committing this to prayer, Sally is listening to the radio during her daily household chores. She hears during a lunch hour news report that crime has drastically been on the rise over the past year in the city and the province. When Ray gets home, Sally tells him all she heard on the news. They believe that God is telling them that he should combat crime with his new abilities. They decide that he should do all this in secret. Sally then designs a costume for him. Ray then begins to fight fight crime. All this happens around the beginning of World War II. Shortly after the end of World War II, he retires the costume and occasionally takes it out for a case. His present day actions are unknown. Ray can breathe underwater for 4 hours at a time and has to come up for 10 minutes for air. He can also reach speeds. He can also reach uh, gaps of 2,000 feet. I guess that means he can go down 2,000 feet without any thing. Should he be called Manta or Manta Ray? I wanted because he was World War II type of hero to be the name to be a little fishy. Okay, corny. I mean, also he has above average street rating. Is also able to communicate with sea life and emulate their abilities after contact. He has absolutely no hand to hand. He has absolutely no training in no training in combat, hand to hand combat training. Okay, so we'll take that out. Oh, you guys didn't even see that. I took that off at some point, I guess. Or as soon as I put it down, it was gone. Okay, yeah, as soon as I put it down, it was gone. Okay. Okay. So we'll get back to drawing now. We chickens out these anyone who sells discount mayonnaise is probably you. Okay, where did I put that? Okay, so we'll bring up a picture here that we have to go off of. Uh, Now this is 5'8" from head to toe. That doesn't include any things on his costume like the fin. the fin would be technically over his 5'8". So, okay, so let's see. Let's get his head in here. This is usually the way that I'm starting. Now, it looks like it's going to be okay. It's sometimes I get the proportions wrong. A lot of these that I'm doing, I'm going to end up going back over and redoing, making them look better. This is just the first, shall we say, draft of all these. If you were here last week, you would have seen some others that I did, like my redone version of Insecto. Um, I'm trying to, you know what? That neck is a little too thick. This guy is not got a thick neck like that. He's not gangly, but he's certainly not Mr. Physique. Um, but how's everybody's week been going thus far? Okay, so let's see. There we go. Am I still I should be still coming through, right? Am I blurry still? Things I'm behind the class. Our our Fishman and Insecto comic cross comic creations, or from those or truth. No, these are cross comics character creations. Insecto is my own. Well, is Insecto is supposed to be a modern day hero, um, and Fishman is supposed to operate during World War II. I just figured for I wanted to, you know, Marvel and DC both had characters that operated during World War II. I wanted to have that in my thing, so although just like when I actually get the Prussian shield in there somewhere, um, he's going to operate during World War I. Fishman would probably eat insect. Okay, so I've done this two different ways in the thing. One, I have his gloves a different color than the rest of his suit. And one way, it's not. I'm gonna stick with the gloves a different color, although you're not going to see that necessarily in this, uh, because I'm not doing the colors here tonight. Let's see, we'll get after we get Fishman done here, we'll go over some of the heroes and villains that I've already done for those of you that haven't been able to see them. Awesome. Is Mike Stand still on? I can no longer find it searching YouTube. Okay, that's weird. Yes, Mike Stand was still on tonight. I was on it last night. So Fishman's costume is, as you can see, fairly basic. I'm subscribed now. Uh, I'm unsubscribed now. When I search MS, all the I get are videos about setting up real stands. Yeah. You'd probably have to set on a filter for a channel, and then Mike Stand is the name of the show, not the name of the channel, too. I don't like the head here. Kind of, hopefully I've got the right thing on. Um, from what I know, I wouldn't say that he's been blocked. He's just like all of us. Well, maybe not you so much, Tim, or most of the people in here. He's just trying to, try and make his show the best that he can. And I don't agree with all of his decisions, but it's his show to run the way that he feels best. I'll say that. Uh, Told you, Joshua doesn't even know. I need a new YouTube channel with one or two viewers to parasocially I interact with. And how good night, Spoon? How are you tonight? Since Rick, it has nothing to do with his show. Sir Elk, fellow Templar. I don't think he knows nothing about your Templar thing. Okay, so we're almost done, Fishman here. Uh, I am a Teutonic knight founded by the Emperor of Barcelona on the Third Crusade. Too bad he's already in it. Okay. Okay, but what? Not a fellow, not a follower of Hugh de Pairs of the First Crusade. We're going to take all this out and then we're going to re-put his knees in. I'm going to take a couple of lines out from here. There we go. Uh, that only leaves room for you in the second place. that sounds like that sounds very boring with the hues. Take this guideline off, so let's see what we're doing here. There we go. Erase some lines here. Make that look a little better. Uh, Kim can be the hospitaller to make up the three largest crusade orders. But seriously, it has nothing to do with the channel or content. He has So now we just gotta do the fish. Let's see. I just want to rotate this a little. True or false, Rick, about what you said with uh, probably I would think close to the truth. Okay, so we're gonna put that, put the layer below. Take out that line, open the try bottom of that line. Now this isn't perfect by any means, but it's some sort of representation for was nice. I wish I were sleeping. So there is Fishman. So we're gonna copy him and well, we're gonna put him in here. And we'll show off this. Since we're here, we'll show this off as soon as we put this in. Or we put Fishman in here. Why do you wish you were sleeping? Okay, so we're gonna rename this. Uh, yeah. Okay, so obviously that is not Fishman Volume 2, so we're going to go in here and uh, because I was sleepy an hour ago and now I can't get to sleep. Yeah, I've had those nights. Okay, so what you're seeing here is in reworking Insecto here. I started wanting to do other turnaround sheets, and now I'm doing them front forward. Some of these are not the best, and well, most of them aren't the best. I'm going to go over and redo them. Hey, Joshua, there's Joshua. Good night, student. Are you going to take it head on? Are you going to take the cult of Raven on? And So, anyways, we have, as you can see here, this is approximate heights of the characters into one another. Of course, most of you guys know these first ones: Canadian Shield, Insecto, Snowdrift, Wiz, Flame, Ozona, Electide. This is the second version I did of Demon Blaster. I have been recreating. I lost the version where I was recreating him to be more a Hulkbuster type robot. No, don't go away, Joshua. There's Fishman, as we just did. His height compared to other ones. That's Messenger there, who is the angel that you see in Canadian Shield 1 and 2, and we'll see for a while. Yes. So there is the height of various characters of mine to one another. Well, these are all heroes. This is supporting cast for all my 7 books. Well, it's not all of them, but it's the start of them. So we see Rick Yarrow here. Most people know him from Snowdrift. John Sims is a character that we will be introduced to in the Canadian Shield 3. Although we didn't hear them speak, these 3 were in Snowdrift number 1. This is Snowdrift's bosses and co-worker. You hear that, Rick? You can choose your own order. Okay. Mine will be the Order of the Cross. How about that? Now, this guy, Jack Gathers, he is not technically a supporting cast. This is Insecto in his alter ego form. Cindy Spencer is a character that we'll end up seeing in Snowdrift. A friend of hers, Charlie King, is going to be a character that we see in Electide. Is that a real order of the Cross? Probably. Okay, the Order of Cross Comics. How about that? That's not a real order. Jack Morgan, he's going to be with the Wiz. Ruth Post, Tom Piper with Waters are all going to be in the Flame. Bart Brick is going to be in Electide. Yvonne Cerullo, I'm not sure which one she's in. Probably thinking Arizona. I'd have to check that out. I don't know the order of the cross, but there are many small ones during 400 years of crusading. Rebecca Post, that's the Flame's wife. Chris Melmine, another worker for Jason Post, who is a flame. And you gotta love this. I did, or it gives some real detail. The Iron Bat symbol, which is basically Iron Man and Batman combined. The Iron Bat. Chris Milmine is really into comics. And then, of course, I combined Superman and Spider Man, so you have Super Spider. So he's wearing a Super Spider t shirt. Now that Joshua's gone, what are your plans for plotting the downfall? None. And I don't think Joshua's, well, leaving. Well, what I'm talking about is my comics. Neil Martin here is going to be in the Canadian Shield. He's going to be driving the Canadian Shield around. Betty McAdders, that's Insecto's wife, or Jack McAdders. Arlene Brick, she's going to be in, what's the name of her? Electron. She is the wife to Bart Brick. And Lynn Sharp, he's going to be an Insecto. He's going to be co-worker. David Wigmore, he is the butler to the Wiz. And Larry Post is one of Jason Post's kids. Okay, since we got Fishman done here, we're going to erase him off this list. That way we don't have him here. Yeah, so here's Jack McAdders, aka Insecto. Here's the original look for Insecto and the new look for Insecto. Actually, I shouldn't even say the original look for Insecto. That is version 2 of him as well. Once I get my own place and get all my crap back, I might end up putting a version of the original Insecto in here. Although I use the design for my character Space War. No, I know you guys have no idea who that is. But I'll show off some villains that I've done the same way. Well, I'm going to put his name here. Joshua might remember this. Leo, Goodnight Spoon might remember you. Leo. Although I made him a bit wider than I was planning on. It's trying to get used to the thing here. Making somebody or something wider than what they should be. With this doing half the body. And here is Tank. This guy is bigger than the Canadian Shield. I haven't heard the tales of. I have heard the tales of the homeless lion. I like him wide. Oh, okay. Comic characters should look different. That is for sure. Well, this is Tank. He's going to be in Insecto number 3. He's 12 foot tall. He's Juggernaut like. It would carry a memory if there were. Um, this is Absorb, how he's going to appear in Canadian Shield 3. Or I got to probably get some things a little bit. My character, I think you would think my characters are looking enough different here from each other, even if they're skinny or wide or whatever. Even if they're all skinny, I think they're looking enough different. This is next to um, the one Absorb is how him in his normal costume, or what will be his normal costume. The homeless lion was what started my political cartoonish career. Oh, cool. It would be a cool memory if I would work. I put you in charge of showing propaganda posters. Not to my knowledge. So here's Thunder and Lightning. Again, in some ways I like some of these things how they turned out. In some ways I don't. Some of them I'd like them to be a little bit skinnier. Maybe it's because I might redo them. Well, I'm probably gonna check the Discord. Night. It's a war on broccoli. Vote good night. Vote good night. First, we need to decide on a poster. Then we need to fix the poster. Correct spelling. Make art look more like me, metal, than you. Well, if you remember a while back, I was working on a Goodnight Spoon. Looking, it does not say broccoli. No, it doesn't say broccoli, but there's broccoli on the spoon or part of your head. The head for the one was broccoli. Where you do not read the guidelines. I never got that far. Of course, we have Toxico here. I need to redo him. The head's always going to look weird, but the body seems a little too big for the head. Knights of the Northern Lights. Oh, that I'm not sure how that got me to remind it of something that I'm thinking of starting to put together. As some of you know, last year um, in September, I went down to LA. I had been there before for this for and I said I was broccoli, so I'm broccoli. Yes. um, but I went to the Christian Comic Con, Alpha Omega Con. Well, I'm thinking of trying to put together one up here. Um, wouldn't be for a few months, obviously. Probably beginning of next year, sometime or early spring. Um, Alpha Omega Con Canada. I sent a message to the guy that does the one in the states to see whether he'd have a problem with me using that name. Oh, he's saying I'd have to reach out to the contract. Okay. Okay, I'll have to do that. Rick, display the banner so Joshua knows how much trouble he is in. Okay, let me. Okay, so here we go. Just go there. Vote good night, Spoon. There we go. See, he's a broccoli head. And there's broccoli on his spoon. Okay, now we have one just without any veggies. We need to distribute the posters to my constituents. Rick, that's where you come in. Al, you're the fall guy. Catching me on. That's, you know, that's not our banner. That's a good thing. Right. Rick, it's, okay, where's the banner then? Is that the banner? War with the Cult of Raven? I think you've done that a long time ago. It's the only picture that looks like a banner. Those AI posters, I think so. None of that stuff looks like a banner to me. Unless it's in this cultural war. That sort of looks like a banner. Well, this does too. I take it it's not above this spot with the those posters. Okay, I will. I mean, I won't. You should leave the rest of the secret data. Okay, so I think probably at this point it'd be best if I stop sharing this. See what we're dealing with, Rick. Yeah, you're dealing with me. I'm circulation demon worship. So, like I was saying, I was thinking of trying to get a Christian Comic Con going up here. What do you guys think of that idea? Let me save this. You're not the one who wheel the spoon. I was thinking of starting an Edmonton RPG can over a weekend. I'm not sure what you mean there. Well, role playing game, I get that. Okay, so let's see. Which of these characters do you want to see me draw next? Christian Comic Con. But yeah, it would be a small one at first. Um, I think the venue that I can get for free, I'd be able to fit 15 to 20 tables in. Oh, the con would last two. Oh, it'd probably be just a day, the one that I'm talking about at first, anyways. Yeah, well, I served. Yeah, well, I served tours with Captain Crunch. What about Captain Kangaroo? Yeah, I'm saying because there is one down in LA. Oh, there's a couple of them around now, but one down in LA's been going the longest time now. Alex. And of that, of course, is Alpha Omega Con. I'm gonna see. I'm seeing about trying to get whether it's all right to use the name Alpha Omega Con. Kangaroos don't need spoons. Okay, what about Captain Planet? Okay, so anybody got any thoughts on who they want to see me draw next? Student Wiz, Squeaker, Super Spider, Prop Man, Goose, or Power Man? Oh, do you know any GTA Christian comic artists? Um, no. If people want to come up from Buffalo or Rochester, New York, somewhere surrounding Ontario, or if somebody wants to come all the way from LA to have a table, I'm only thinking charging 30 to 50 bucks Canadian for a table. Probably free entry. The my name must be contained. This does Power Man have a poop window? No, he did not. Oh, we got Power Man. We got one vote. He's not a knight to my knowledge. Oh, you want a knight? Okay, so 6 foot. I will have a picture of Power Man shown. I've been worked for hyping this up before I had my spirit camping ready. Also, I'm too sleepy. Hype up? What did I hype up? I didn't hype up nothing. Plus, dead guy. I thought that was Evan that was the dead guy because he was a mummy. Okay, so we're going to change this image. I'm going to find Power Man. I was hoping there was. Uh, I have a tenant moving in today. He's flying in, but it's 9 p.m. and I'm ready to sleep. Yeah, you told me your advertising this is. No, I said I was advertising my channel. that that I was on tonight, and people should come by and check it out. That I'd be drawing, and we'd be talking about whatever in the chat. I was talking about the guy perhaps I'm spending the night at the airport. You're a night. It's in your job description. You know, you know what? That kind of works with the bit. What kind of works with the bit? Something Joshua said your night. It's in your job description, or what I was saying. Okay, so again, this is from head to toe that he is 6 foot. Um, the jetpack that he has on, although or rocket pack, whatever you are you for real about night stab people often. Amen. Yes. Okay, there we go. Ahead. Yes, sort of. There we go here. Wow. More often when they only have spoons to stab with. I wonder what Joshua was saying loud too. I walked into the office and one guy was talking about butchering cows, and the other guy shaved shoved a phone in my face. Then third guy told me not to look, and then I looked, and I didn't understand what. I was looking at for a minute. It was a snuff film of a guy being carved up alive. Ugh! I don't think that stuff should be being watched at work. I agree, Rick. I wonder why I'm having trouble sleeping. Geez, I wonder why. Yeah. Um, I'd say, are you able to report it to anybody? But I guess if you report it, they know exactly who did, who squealed. Uh, that's a real film. Since then, I've seen it. Uh, I'll start doing drugs so I don't remember. But you don't want to do that. That would be just as bad, if not worse. Rick, let me have him send you the video and see if you stick to that statement. Well, I'd stick to the statement, but I don't need to see it. I wouldn't even because I don't like blood and guts in my horror movies. I don't watch horror movies with blood and guts. You can live hours with the skin cut off with ribs and organs exposed. I could believe that. Hey, Kirby, how are you? What's going on, Rick? Not much. Just as you can see, I'm drawing up my one character here called Power Man. Um, using Clip Studios, using the mirror thing so I get things good. Yeah, I'm not a horror guy. Uh, I don't think you brought up the topic parasocial. I think it was Goodnight Spoon. So, did you guys quit the back room? After, how long did you guys talk on Dillard's back room after you guys ended the MI a hole? uh, just now it stopped. We went to go eat. Yeah, I thought it might have been just now with you just coming in now. It's it's definitely an interesting show Dylan's created there with that. Oh, am I e- e- am I a bleepity bleep? Are your most of your character most are most of your characters 6 feet tall? You she makes it up. Tom Cruise for that win. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't mind it. Are most of my characters 6 foot tall? I agree with her. There's too much violence in the world, and we should put aside our differences with weird and creepy thoughts. I'll say it's interesting. Obviously, I don't always agree with Dillard on who the Bleepy people. John Dinker. He didn't create the idea, no, but there's a Reddit that he goes over or picks from on the topic that people write in. He picks certain ones or whatever. I'm not sure how he picks them, and he reads them on air, and then they discuss it, and then he puts a poll in the chat for the chat to, or the chat's talking along all the time, and sometimes he brings up a comment. One of them says, "Is that what those numbers on the side are?" Yeah, approximately. I use. It's not on here, but I have had a ruler. It's supposed to be 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot mark. The red line I use to mark up, and again, that's from bottom of supposed to be from bottom of foot to top of head. Like this character here, as you can see, has a backpack on, which is a rocket pack that goes above his head. I do not include that in the height. If that makes him taller, for tall characters, you need to use 8 head tall. Well, this isn't supposed to be heads. This is supposed to be feet. You know, so the one is supposed to be 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot. They're not supposed to be heads. I measured out, like I'm not sure whether really good. Yeah, I use this really grid here. This first block line here is there, and then the next one is a 1. So that would be 0. Then 1, 2, 3. I was using each of those lines as you go up as a foot. For me, it's easier to think in, you know, try and do it in. Okay, this character is supposed to be 5 foot 5, 5'6". Yeah, I have to measure it out a little bit. You know, do my best to figure out. And right now, I'm saying this stuff here is all I won't say sketches, but a preliminary. Just take the L, bruh. These are intentionally followed by profile signs. Uh, so I want to do these all up a little better. Like this started with me redefining my character Insecto. Um, like this is what he used to look like, and I was trying to redo his back and figure out how his wings attach because I was trying to draw it up myself. And actually, I should get back to that. Um, Trying to do the turnaround for it. But in doing that, and I want end up wanting to do the height thing for a bunch of my characters. But also, yeah. By the way, Rick, you described nothing new for it. It's, oh yeah, I'm sure it is, but I haven't seen them too much, or at all. It's just John doing it for the started doing it, getting a panel together. This character here is not 6 foot. He's probably about 5'7", 5'8". Okay, so the feet come out down a little bit too far. But that's again going to be something that I'm going to have to work on to get things better, shall we say? Okay, so let's see. What's the story about this character? Okay, well, he is a World War II superhero. Let me grab that for a second. Um, put a link in the chat for it. But I will read it over. So you're probably not going to be able to read it too well. Well, probably not at all since I don't have it up. Let me. I agree with her. Maybe we need. Okay, so his real name is Larry John Aaron McCall. Um, he may be the first or the second. I'm not sure yet. When I originally created a bunch of my characters, I created a long time ago, so like 20 years ago. So World War II wasn't as far back as it is now. So actually, I created them about 30 years ago, and I see things are off a little bit on this. I got to correct this. but that's a minor. So he is married for during World War II. Uh, he is 6 foot, 190 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes. He's an entrepreneur slash inventor. Part of the Secret Warriors is city of residence is Toronto, Canada, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Oh, the known relative, ignore that. Ignore. I've got to take that out. Some things got to be corrected in this. Hey, Ilya, how are you? Hello, Keeb, how are you? You're a rock, paper, scissors kind of guy? Sometimes. Okay, we'll see you next week. Good night, Spoon. Uh, first appearance as an older version of himself in The Wiz #4, because he's related to my one character, The Wiz. Larry was born into a military family. His dad was a two-star general in the Canadian Army, and his mom was a base clerk. One day, when he was 15 years old, Larry was walking around the base where he lived and heard music coming from the building. He decided to check it out and discovered that it was the on-base church and decided to stay and listen. At the end of the service, the preacher offered an invitation to receive Jesus as Lord and Savior, to which Larry did after a little soul searching. When he reached 18, is that the paper? Yes, it is. Bro got robot ratio so hard he quit. Okay. Are Power Man and Tuxedo of Lizard Men? No, they are not. Neither one has lizard men. So when he was 18, he went to college studying various technical expertise of the time. He continued these studies at the university. When he completed university, along with some friends who were talented inventors from his university, came together to form a business. About 3.5 years later, they gained enough influence to be bidding for a new military contract for a new experimental jetpack. Larry's dad was instrumental in the company winning the contract. This caused the company's fame to soar after many prototype failures. On finally succeeding, after many prototype failures, and I guess it's supposed to be they finally succeeded. The unfortunate part was it would only work for Larry, and was unknown why this was, and how to do it for someone else, as to make future copies. You know, basically an army of rocket men, sort of almost Rocketeer-ish. You'll change it to because of this problem, the military approaches Larry to use the jetpack in service of his country. He agreed, and they began to send him on covert missions during World War II, giving him the code name Power Man. Larry had gotten married during his time at university. By the time he became Power Man, he had 3 girls and 1 boy at home. Whenever he could, he fought crime on the home front. Larry continues to be a CEO of the company he helped start, which at one point had its name changed to McCall Industries. Power Man has flight ability due to his prototype jetpack. He can reach speeds of 400 miles per hour, but can only maintain this for 2 hours on a full tank of fuel. He is armed with a disc launcher on his gauntlets, a boomerang, and a personal shock room. He has limited hand-to-hand combat training and is always getting more. So there is a bit of the skinny on the character. Maybe your Canadian winter hero should be Avro Man instead of generic Power Man. Oh, you're thinking of the Everett era, but wasn't the Everett era after World War II? Jetpack inventor should be different. Let's take that down. The Avro company came out of World War II, I think. Plus, if I get that, there might be some. I'm not sure whether there'd be any complications or not. Besides its comics, Everman, you're Tony Stark. Well, probably not Tony Howard more. No, no. Well, then I'd have to create a new Power Man. Well, then again, I might have to change the name Power Man because I know Marvel has Power Man. I just that I might have to change the name just because of that, because of Luke Cage. So, that is what I'm doing here. Yeah, Avro Man is comic gold, and I'm offering it for free. So I'll check out my other picture in there because I don't get one part on that. And let's see, we also need over here something for his boomerang to connect to. Well, uh, don't you think the shape of red, but the red and green bowl of his suit might be too close to. Well, I wouldn't. It's supposed to be obviously yellow. It's more brownish red, more burgundy, maybe. And that's supposed to, well, I guess that is supposed to be goldish, brass, bronze. You're also looking at that one. Yeah, we bring up a different picture. There's a different picture. And this isn't armor like Tony's either, so and I'm not 100% Admiral. Admiral man doesn't flow. I don't know. Merge layer 4 with layer 2. We'll save it. I did not want to save that. So, the costume. That costume looks. That looks. You think that looks like 85% Iron Man? Let's see. I need to put my image down. Uh, triggers. Okay, let's. It's red and okay. Well, there's Iron Man. Let me then bring up my one. Yeah, that's more brownish than red. There's a little bit of yellow in there. Maybe if you get that one. Both rocket inventors. Um, well, he's one of a team. Um, and Iron Man's more than a rocket inventor. The whole suit is his invention. This guy's wearing like leather. I might have borrowed some minor aspects probably from Tony Stark, but I'm not even sure about that. It's been so long since I created them. Yeah, the only metal that he has on him really is his gauntlets, maybe part of his belt, and the rocket. but they look 85% of the same years. To me, they don't even look like 50% colors can change. Yeah, true. Color. Well, the colors don't change. It's the way you're perceiving them that more changes. And Iron Man's got all these different suits too. This guy's gonna have like one suit, and it's not gonna be like you're gonna be seeing him all the time. Um, Leather and can be can't be told apart. If you're a good artist, you can. Here, you can tell that that's metal. You can tell what's metal versus well, leather. There's different types of armor. There is leather armor, but by armor I'm meaning metal armor. Oh, anybody in the audience that's still here that wants to reply, do you think uh, my Power Man here, or whatever I'm going to call him, how much do you think he looks like Tony's Iron Man? The only problem with the community post last time I checked is you can't. It's hard to put a picture with them. Hey, Alpha. Okay, Alpha. You see my one character, the big one with white background. You know what Iron Man looks like coloring. Do you think those two look? How much alike do you think they look? Less than 50% alike, 85% alike, more. What up there? Uh-huh. Give me a sec. Uh, Okay, I gotta look it up. 60s Iron Man images. Less than 50%. It's just the colors there. Okay, maybe it's I don't know what it is, but yes, there's the yellow that looks very similar, but The reds look different enough, and then I'm not sure what color it's supposed to be. If you looked at these two characters, Alpha, would you get them confused? I think it's fine. He doesn't remind me of Iron Man. Iron Man wears armor and he doesn't. Yeah. Or his armor is technically leather, where Iron Man's armor is metal. Or I'm presuming it's leather, something like leather. This guy has a boomerang. He has some sort of uh, gun, and he shoots discs out of his gauntlets, mini discs, but not like CDs. I think you get the picture. And this guy operates during World War II. Okay, so I'm gonna take that off. I'll take this and go back over here. Although I think I'm pretty much done this. Okay, so copy. I want to put this into my superheroes. Let's go back up. So let's see the chat. Control C. Control V. Okay, so you weren't here earlier, Alpha. I did my character Fishman as well tonight. These are World War II superheroes. I gotta put his name in there, Power Man, or I'm keeping Power Man for now. But as you might have known last week, with me starting to redesign Insecto, it got me doing these front views. It started up for turnarounds. I'm going to be doing more to them and going over them more. But this week, you know, most of these ones were done last week. Canadian Shield, Insecto, Snowdrip, Wiz, Flame, Ozone, and Lepti. But I did version 2 of Demon Blaster. There's a version 3 and a version 1 that I plan on. I will probably do. Of course, I did Fishman today and Messenger, and I also did. Uh, did you say Power Man? Yes. I'm probably going to have to change that because of Luke Cage. Um, do you think I will have to? They're quite a bit different, of course. Okay, so I'm going to come to here. Yeah, just delete that. And then we'll control us. A message, my new tenant. I'm going to sleep, but I hope I wake up to the phone when he gets here. Hey, later. Oh, I'm gonna have to do. Okay, okay, I got him back there. Uh, how about Surge Man or Charge Man? Uh, they don't really sound what I'm going for. I know. I'd change it. Uh, Elk. No, yeah, Elk was just the Avro Man. As in Average Arrow. I believe that's what he was referring to. I'm not even sure whether you know what that is. And you're probably going Surge Man or Charge Man because of the lightning bolt on the chest. Although technically he has no electrical base powers or whatever. Uh, I put it there. I put it there originally. He does have a rocket pack that he can fly. He uses a boomerang or a chakra. His gauntlets shoot discs, and he's supposed to be World War II. So, anyways, I'll show also. So this week I did Leo, my character Leo. I'm gonna add some more villains hopefully this week, or I might wait for next week. Although I didn't get as many. How about Shazam? Oh, then why did you want to call him Power Man? I'm not sure whether I came up with the name first or the look first. Uh, I forget why I originally wanted to call him Power Man. Um, I know in um, one of my thoughts was going to be the Access powers, but found out that was or Allied powers or whatever. Um, but in doing my research, that didn't go well because, well, I think anybody can figure that. Almost anybody can figure that out. You guys can. But there's Tank. He's 12 foot tall. Here's how Absorb is going to look in Canadian Shield 3. Eventually, this is a costume he'll get. Uh, can you call him that? Access? I wouldn't want to call him Access because Access is the bad guys and he is a good guy. Hey, Lorenzo. How are you doing? Been a while. There's Thunder and Lightning. There's Toxico. No others for that. And then what I've really been doing this week is supporting cast, drawing up a bunch of supporting cast from my various books. Uh, uh, a lot. Yeah, well, they vary in height probably from 5'5" to 5'11". That's a lot of what people vary in height at. And especially in comics. You have your odd ones that are the further back you get, they can look a lot different. And then it'll help once I get their bodies a little bit better tone, if they don't look so fake looking. If their if their heights are very, you could use that. If their height if their height varied, you could use that in character person. Do you name characters after people you know? Sort of alpha. Uh, there's some people that some of these like. We'll take this name, David Wigmore. I had a friend whose name was or is David Wigmore or David Moore. I had another friend whose name was uh, Gord Wigmore. Well, I took David's first name, David, and I put it with the other guy's last name with Wigmore, and I took the Gord, and put it with another guy, and I took the Moore, put it with another guy, so it's all mixed up. Short syndrome or non uh, short syndrome or non tell people to be indulgent. So I did a lot of mixing and matching first and last names, we'll say. Alpha. Uh, and as for if their height's very, you can use that eight characters. Well, I'm obviously gonna. I do have some people that are shorter than others. There's a variety of to do. This is just main supporting cast. I'm sure I will have a variety of things. Like we got Messenger here at. Now he's an angel, so you know. But then you've got Demon Blaster, who I haven't decided. He's actually operated. Well, have I decided? He's either operated by a midget, a little person, however you want to say it, or he's operated by a disabled person through VR. And then we got let's see. The Wiz is 410, although he's 12. He's like 13. Insecto 6'6". Canadian Shield's 8 foot. Flame is 6. Electide's gonna vary her height, but normally she's 5 something, 5'9". I believe uh, Zona might be 5'11" or 5'10". I did research into this when I first started creating a lot of these um height. I looked at a whole bunch of superheroes and villains, and I'm like, okay, what is the typical hero or villain thing? What is the average range from and to? And I did that for supporting cast as well. Um, yes, you have your outliers to that, but there's not too many different. Yes, you have your Wolverines and your Pucks, but for each of those that you have, you know, you have, and then yeah, you have your Hulks, but 90% of your other heroes and villains all range from, for guys, they range from I think about 5'10", 5'8" to 6'3" or 6'4", something like that. Maybe 6'6". I don't have that sheet on me because it's in storage. Of should common characters look different? Yeah. Do you not think all these characters look different? Even here, the supporting cast. Rick Arrow, Carmen Gallo, John Sims. These characters don't look different to you. They will stand out more when they are in color. Yeah, that too. Homer, Marge. Yeah, well, Bart is a kid, but Homer and Marge are about the same size, and one is male, one is female. Well, Huey, Dewey, and Louie almost look alike. The only difference between them is, I believe, color. Well, their attitudes too. I think they're all slightly different, and the obviously the dress for them. There's Irene Gallo, Wilma Cox, Jack McAders, which that is Insecto, Cindy Spencer, Charlie King, um, Morgan, something Morgan, Jack Morgan, I believe. Tom Piper. Oh, this is Ruth Post. No, that's not Chris Nolan. Piper. Uh, Chris. No, not Chris. Oh, jeez. Oh, but anyways, Bart Brick. Penguin Shorty. Yeah, well, you're only looking at about a tenth of my character, not even a tenth of my characters. These characters all look different. My villains, where am I going? Do not all these villains look different there? Those two are the same guy, basically. But then you have, Tank here. You can't tell. All these characters on here look different. You can't tell me any of these villains here look the same. Or most of the, I don't think any of the heroes you could say they look the same. I don't even think you can say that about my supporting cast. A little bit, maybe they're not completely different, but when you got 400 or 500 characters, some are going to look a little similar. Can you tell which? Uh, I probably will be able to. I'm not going to say for sure because I haven't really drawn most of my characters from behind a lot. And this is in the some of the basic outlooks. They're going to be changing clothes too. Clothes define a little bit. I doubt, you know, well, Jimmy, I doubt if you put like Perry White in a silhouette compared to almost any other normal reporter, you're not going to be able to tell him apart from many other people. Like, yeah, sure, J. Jonah Jameson, you might because of that flat top. But Jimmy Olsen, again, from behind, I doubt we're in a silhouette. You would be able to tell him apart from many other people. Have you read anything on characters? No, because I don't care about that. I'm going to design my characters the way that I want. I don't need to know. I've read enough comics that I know a little bit, or I know enough, as far as I'm concerned. Like you said, you can't tell me these characters look alike. And I'm sure most of my heroes will look very unique from in their silhouettes. Maybe Gilbert is a good example. What can you? Okay, so Dilbert has what, 4 characters here? 3 to 4 characters? Oh. Oh. Oh, look. These, what, 1, 2, 3 characters look almost all identical. 4 characters. You can tell. Yeah, but you're talking 4 major characters. But you want to know something? You look at my characters here. If you can't tell the difference between Demon Blaster you, from an outline, you could tell the difference between these 4 characters. I think you could even tell the difference between all these characters here. Outline. Yeah, well, that may be the case that they all have different hair, and well, guess what? A lot of my characters have different hair too. He's got longer hair. This guy has shorter hair and a beard. This guy just has shorter hair and a mustache. She has shorter hair. She has a little bit longer hair. He's bald and has a beard. He's just completely bald, mustache, shorter hair, different style of face, short hair, longer hair, thinner face, better face. He's got a way bigger body. He's got long hair, beard, and mustache. Well, a little bit longer hair, which again, shorter hair. If you made Gilbert. Yes, but there's another problem with Gilbert. Gilbert's probably a funny cartoon, but these characters don't look anything nowhere near realistic either. And again, Dilbert has 3 characters that you have to tell apart. I have 300 or 400. And if, like I said, if you put Jimmy Olsen or Perry White, who's got nothing special to them, their silhouettes against other people's, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart from most other people in their silhouettes. Heck, Spider-Man, you wouldn't be able to tell from his silhouette from most people. Johnny Storm without his fire on, you wouldn't be able to tell. A lot of caped heroes from the back, you wouldn't be able to tell. Especially in silhouette. And then hair's always changing too. I got her hair up in some sort of bun type thing. I'm not going to read anything about characters design because my characters, unless I want to change them, are going to stay the way that they are. Because what you're saying, yes, there's something to it. There's a little bit something to it, but there's also my characters look vastly different from each other. And if you say that my character, any of these characters here look similar, or maybe you might be able to get similar, but we'd never confuse any of these characters for one another. I haven't even drawn most of these characters that much, but I went through. I think every single one of them, almost every one of them, I could have, and I told you exactly who they were. Although the names were underneath, I didn't even see the names. Well, it is 12:30. I think we're going to end. We're supposed to end about half an hour ago. So, thanks everybody for coming by. Been great having you all here. We will catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great night. Love you all.